Hello, children. Hope you are all doing well. Okay, so let's start today's lecture. So, in the last class, in the previous lecture, we have already seen regarding we have started with chapter number 4, that is soil resources, and we have seen what is a soil. Okay, and I had explained regarding the types of soil, and we have seen that there are 6 types of soil that is given in your textbook in this chapter, and uh, among that 6 we have discussed about the 3 types of soil. They are black soil, red soil, as well as alluvial soil. Okay, and today we are going to discuss about the other 3 types of soil. They are laterite soil, desert soil, and mountain soil. Okay, so now let's start the discussion for the first type of soil for today, that is laterite soil. So what is you can see as in the picture, this laterite soil is the type of soil which is not fertile. Okay, it is not fertile in the sense, what do you mean by fertile? Fertile means it can be used for this vegetation purpose or agricultural purpose, but this soil is not fertile. That means it is not used as a agricultural purpose, and it is red in color. Okay, you can see in the picture, and due to there is a minerals present in this soil, that is aluminum and iron, that you have to underline, you have to make a note of that. It can be asked as a fill up also, so you have to make it that presence of aluminum and iron is present in which soil? Laterite soil. Now it is formed as a result of leaching that happens. Okay, leaching means, you can see that in glossary, leaching means what? You can see down in the glossary part. Leaching means removal of minerals from soil by passing water through it. What happens? These minerals are washed away due to passing of water. Leaching that happens in places where it rains heavily. So in this in this soil is found in places where heavy rains are, when we can see heavy rains. And the special thing about this soil is, this soil, you might have seen the bricks which is used for construction purpose. Okay, so those bricks are made of what? Made of this laterite soil. This laterite soil is baked. Okay, they are made of dried or baked laterite soil, and thus it takes the form of a brick. Okay, so that bricks that are used for construction purpose is made of this laterite soil. And what are the states in which laterite soil are available? You have to you have to you have to underline all the states, and you have to by heart all the states. Okay, not only this, all the six of the soil, wherever the states it's meant. Suppose black soil, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. Red soil is in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana. Means all the states you have to by heart properly. You have to study properly. Okay, because it can be asked as a in a map also. As a map also it can be asked. Means you have to locate this soil and the state where it is located. But make sure you have to take only any one state, and all the states should be different for 6 soil. Okay, suppose black soil is also in Maharashtra and red soil is also in Maharashtra, so you don't have to take red soil as Maharashtra, that you can take as Andhra Pradesh. Means likewise, you have to pick any one state, and every state should be different in 6 soil. In this way you have to locate it in the map. So likewise the questions can also be asked in the exam. Okay, so you have to but you have to remember all the names of the state, but when it is asked as a map, then you have to pick any one state from every soil, and every name of the state should be located as different state. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so this laterite soil is found in how many states? Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya. And let's see which all crops are being cultivated in this soil. They are, you have to underline this: coffee, cashew nut, coconut are cultivated in laterite soil with the help of fertilizers. Okay, so this is what laterite soil is. Now let's discuss about the second soil, that is Desert soil. See this in the picture you can see this type of soil has very light brown. It is very light brown in color. Okay, it is mainly found where it is found in desert area like where Rajasthan and Gujarat. It is as you can see, the many of you might have visited. Some of you might have visited to Rajasthan, so that those people might be knowing, those children might be knowing that they, because as they might have seen. Well, if anybody has not seen, you can see in the picture over here. See, in Rajasthan and Gujarat, this kind of sand is it is familiar to see with. Okay, so in desert like areas like Rajasthan, Gujarat, this desert soil is found, and desert soil are generally what, they are not fertile. So this soil is also not used as for the agricultural purpose, and they are suitable for growing crops. Which crops are cultivated? They are like millet, wheat, maize, pulses and barley are cultivated in this kind of crop. So that is what laterite soil is. Now let's see what is mountain soil. Mountain soil, say you can see the picture over here, mountain soil. This type of soil is rich in what? Humus. Humus is a mineral, so it is found in this type of soil. It is dark brown and black in color, and Jammu and it is found in the states like Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Okay, and this soil are suitable for what? It is suitable for growing tropical fruits. Saffron and tea are also grown in this type of soil. And what are the states mentioned in the textbook? They are found in Karnataka and Kerala, where tea, coffee and spices are cultivated. So this is what mountain soil is. So I hope that you understood regarding these three kinds of soil, and after this you have to read it again. After this explanation part, you have to read it again, this portion, entire portion, and you have to, as I have made you underline, that you have to study properly. Now let's get into the another page for today. That is, another topic is soil erosion. Okay, this textbook solution that will be discussed later, okay, in the next video. So the second topic for today is soil erosion. So can you observe this two picture over here? Okay, yeah, so there are two pictures. So can you say which soil do you think among these two, which soil could be carried away by strong winds? मतलब कौन सा soil हवा से उड़ सकता है? ऐसे दो पिक्चर में you can see here two pics. So just you can think and discuss about this matter. So when we'll come to know regarding this, so let's get into the topic. Then only we will understand what this is about. See, soil is very important part for survival of plants. Okay, plant cannot survive without soil, as well as human beings and also animals. They all are dependent on plants. Why human beings are dependent? In the sense that plants provide what can also give us food, right? So from plants also we can get food. So in this way, if plants are destroyed, means human beings can also not be, they can also not be survived. So for human beings also plants are important, and for the survival of plants, what is important? Soil is the very important matter. Okay, now however, because without soil this plant cannot stay in its possession, because soil is very important. Now however, the topper layer of soil is constantly threatened by various factors. How we can say threatened meaning is hurt. So the topmost layer of the soil is hurt by various factors. Which are those factors? Let's see in the next page. See, you can see two images over here. Can you observe it? Yeah, there are two pictures over here given. Which is the first one? See, in first picture you can see the soil is been carried away by the wind. When the wind comes, the soil is been जैसा उड़ रहा है, देखा? You can see in the picture the soil is been blown away. And in the second picture you can see the seas or oceans, they are washing away the soil in the seashore. Okay, ऐसे वो छोड़ रहा है. Okay, they make the remains of the soil in the seashore like this. Okay, so what is that? Let's see. First image, the strong winds are blowing away topmost layer in this way, as I have already explained right now. Second image is, it is washing away the topmost layer of the soil on the seashore, and this is due to what? High speed of rainwater. As we can see, when the rainwater runs down from hill, with that speed, what happens? The topmost layer of the soil is washed away. And this now see, this is the definition of soil erosion. You have to underline this. Okay, This is the most important definition. This natural process, thus the natural process of wearing away or removal of the topmost layer of the or top layer of the soil due to what various factors. Which are the two factors that can be that affects for the removal of top layer of soil? That are, those factors are wind and water. By wind also it can, this is by wind, this is by water. Okay, so these two are the factors for the removal of topmost layer of the soil, which is known as what? Soil erosion. So this you have to underline. Okay, now let's get into the another topic for the soil erosion. Means few examples of soil erosion. How? That is, first one is deforestation. Deforestation, how can we say? See, the roots of the tree play an important role. Means we can say tree stands on its position with the help of what? The roots, and those roots are under the earth with the help of soil. Soil is the important part for tree. Okay, without soil, the roots of the tree cannot stand erect, or they cannot stand firm. Okay, so what happens when the trees are cut in large number? As we have seen, deforestation in chapter number 1, we have already seen deforestation could be the reason for what? Global warming. Yeah, we have seen. So when the trees are cut in large numbers, what happens? The soil underneath becomes loose. So when the trees are cut down, what happens is that the roots and or the soil that is under the earth of from where the tree stands, that soil becomes loose, and it easily blows away by the strong winds and washed away by the water. This is what deforestation means. Okay, when the trees are cut down, what happens? The soil that is under the earth's surface from where the tree is grown, that soil becomes loose and easily washed away by strong winds or what? Water, or washed away by water. That is known as deforestation. Now let's see overgrazing. Overgrazing means, in the sense we can say, when the cows or sheep or goats, when they are allowed to eat the grass on the ground, it is known as overgrazing. Means we can say this grasses is also standing with the support of the soil under in the surface of the ground. Grass has also the connection with the soil. When the cows and sheep come and eat the grass, what happens is that the same thing, the soil of the upper layer of the soil, or that soil gets loose, and it's just thereby what happens, it removes the protective layer of the grass. Means grass is not safe, and it thereby making the soil prone to erosion. In this way we can say it gives the chance for soil erosion. So this is what soil erosion means. We have already explained that. Soil erosion means what? When the topmost layer of the soil is being washed away by the wind or water, is known as soil erosion. So this is also soil erosion. When the cows and sheep come and eat the grass, what happens is that the soil becomes loose, that are inside this means which is attached with the grass, and that soil is washed away by the winds or water. This is what overgrazing means. Now what is another topic? Let's discuss. Now let's discuss on next page, that is page number 48. What is that? Now let's see how we can say there are three kinds of adverse effects for soil erosion. Means adverse effects means the effects that are harmful. The soil erosion has many harmful effects. Which are they? See, there are three types. First is, it affects the crops production. That means the crops cannot be produced. And second is, it takes away fertile layer of soil. Fertile layer of soil means it takes away that soil which is used for agriculture. Means the agriculture activities is not carried out, because why? It takes away the fertile layer of the soil, making the plants loose. In this way plants are lost, and all the nutrients needed for their growth are also lost due to soil erosion. So that is the second bad effects. And what is the third effect? Bad effect, that is the constant removal of topsoil can have a negative effect on fertility of the soil. See that, as we can see, the constant removal, when the topmost layer of soil is removed constantly, means one by one, it can have what? A negative effect on what? The fertility. Means we can lose the fertility of the soil. Means it makes the soil unfertile. Means we cannot run the agriculture activity on that soil. This is what are the three adverse effects of soil erosion? Please take a note of this. It can be asked in the exam. Okay, so you have to read it and study it properly. And what is the summary of this topic? Yes, soil erosion can lead to what? Infertile lands. As I have already said, when soil erosion comes, it makes the land unfertile or infertile, and microbes and small animals that live in soil also suffer due to soil erosion. So this soil erosion also gives the bad effects to the small animals, means the small animals that live in the soil, okay, also suffer due to soil erosion. For examples, we can say burrows of animals, burrows of rabbits. Rabbits make the burrow with the help of soil only, okay. So when the soil erosion comes, that soil is destroyed, and thus it affects the rabbits also. Burrows of rabbits are destroyed, and rats and snakes are also destroyed due to what? Soil erosion due to erosion of top layer of the soil. So this is what soil erosion means. So in today's topic, we have seen regarding the other three types of soil, which are the laterite soil, desert soil, and mountain soil. And we have seen what is soil erosion, how is it affected, and we have seen the types of soil erosion, that is due to deforestation, due to overgrazing, and overgrazing. These are the two reason for which the soil erosion takes place, in which soil erosion takes place. We have understood the topic, and I hope so that's all for today's topic. I hope that you have understood, and especially you have to read this fact. Okay, this can be asked, but you have to take a note of this fact also. Don't ignore these facts. This you have to read it properly, and you have to keep in your mind also, because it may be asked as a fill up or like that, or maybe as in MCQ or like that. Okay, so you have to take note. Don't ignore these facts, not only in this chapter, in all the chapter you have to read. It's a must thing to read this fact also. In all the chapters it is given. Okay, yes, so that's all for today. I hope that you understood, and read the today's chapter properly, and revise and read the textbook properly. Okay, and tomorrow we'll continue with the next lecture. Thank you all.